Good morning. Hope everybody had a great and wonderful summer. Hope everybody's back, rejuvenated, excited, ready to go. Before we get started, we'd like to take a look at some of the celebrations that we had throughout the summer, me personally, and any that you may like to share. Also, some celebrations that we enjoyed at BISD in the past year. So let's start with a little bit of celebrations. Hope everybody had a great summer once again. Rejuvenated, ready to go, got my batteries charged, got a chance to go to Ruidoso for about a week. Enjoyed that with my family, had a great, wonderful time. Anybody in here have any celebrations that they'd like to share at this time? Anything that happened to them that was positive that they would like to share with the group? I appreciate anybody that does share. Thank you for your time. I got a couple celebrations. I mentioned going to Ruidoso, but while we were there, also found out that I was going to be a grandfather again. So that'll be number 2 for my wife and myself, and we are very, very excited about that. And then also some more good news that I received is my daughter will graduate in May of 2015 from Texas State University in San Marcos. And that will make me a much wealthier individual, financially at least. So those are some of the things that I got to enjoy this summer. I hope each of you had a chance to get out, spend time with your family, and have a great summer. Some of the celebrations that we had at BISD that we will be also having is that we will have all new construction completed in the district by September 1st of 2014. Obviously the school building that we put up in the last 2 years, the new technology that we're receiving with the infrastructure that we have now, also the dressing rooms being added to our gym, and also to our new field house down at the football field. We will be glad that construction will be over. Also that we met standard this past year. It's not the best, it's not the worst by any means, but it is positive considering the fact of where we were 2 years ago. And also, here in a few minutes, we're going to look at some slides that show some numbers of us compared to the state and where we may be going. Our STAR scores were up overall. That's something to be very, very proud of. You ladies and gentlemen in this room have worked tremendously hard. I appreciate all the effort that you have put into that to make these scores rise. I feel that we are definitely headed in the right direction. I feel as if we are moving in a positive direction, one that we can be proud of and our stakeholders within the community can be proud of. Celebrations. Starting our elementary. See our 3rd grade scores right here. Up in reading from our state was 81%. At Bryson this year we were 89%. That's up from 47 in 2012. So not only are we 8 points above, we're also 42 points better than what we were a year ago. That's a tremendous job. Math, state 70, Bryson, we were at 100%, up 50% from 2012. State reading, 5th grade, 77%. At Bryson, reading was 77%. Obviously, there is room for improvement here, but we're still not below the state average, which is a positive for us. Bryson Science, state 5th, 73. Bryson 80. So our numbers are better than what the state average is. As long as that trend continues, then we're going to be in very, very good shape in the future. Celebrations continued as we moved into our junior high. 6th grade reading was 58, up from 75% in 2013. Obviously, we're seeing great strides there. We hope that those continue to improve. 7th grade reading, 2012's up 8 points. 8th grade reading, 2012 was 78%. It's up to 83% this past year. Science 2012 was up 61%, or excuse me, was 61%, it's up to 69%. Taking a look at our high school versus the state, obviously this goes back to the EOCs and STAR when we had the 15. Just looking at our overall, starting with the reading here first. The state average was 69%. Bryson was at 75%, above the state. Here's the English 2 reading at 79 for the state, at 83. Right here we had a little hiccup, but nothing catastrophic. Algebra 1, 78 for the state, 77 for Bryson. So you can see all of our trends continue to go up, which is a good thing. We did have a little fall here in the writing, 5 points under from 55 to 50 here, but that's also something that can be regained over time. And then also out here on the world history, the fortunate part about this is one that's not tested anymore, but still we want to make sure that we're taking care of our business in this class. But everything else looks really, really good. I think the future looks bright for us, and so we're going to talk a little bit about some things that are going to happen here in the future for us. As we move forward, I'll just give you the pretense for me. 5 years ago, the things that I'm talking about today were not as important as what they are for me today. In the last 5 years, my son has gotten out of school at Texas Tech. He's decided that he wanted to go into the business. I will tell you, after 25 years, it's something that he and I talked long and hard about because of the changes that's happened. He just told me some of the things that he remembers about growing up in the school business, being part of football teams and being part of some good classes that he built a lot of good relationships with. And a lot of those individuals came to our house all the time and continued to call him, speak to him, text him in their world. But also they come to see my wife and myself because I feel like we had a little bit more of an impact of what other parents did just because we were there. We were at the school and we were also at the house whenever they came over. And then my son decides to get married, and when he gets married and they have our first grandbaby, then I definitely start to see things change as I watch my grandson grow into the person he is today. And so I feel like the work that we're doing from pre-K through 12 is something that we really, really need to focus in on, because I see the changes in technology that we've implemented and the changes in technology as we continue to move forward. So it's very, very key. Stay strong with the end in mind. Where do we want to be and how are we going to get there? We've put some things in place that have changed the landscape of education at BISD. With so much implementation of new ideas in the previous 2 years, this year we're going to refocus on refining what it is that we've put in place over the last 2 years. So we're not looking at adding a bunch of additional ideas to you and increasing your workload. We're looking at refining and honing what it is that we do have in place at this moment. So things such as our RTI math and reading that we put in place will continue to attempt to have our scores rise even more than what they have in the past 2 years. So like I said, we're not adding anything different. We're just going to be better at what it is that we're putting in. So as we reflect back, these are the things that I saw that I felt like we really improved on. Adding rigor to instruction and the higher expectations that our teachers had led to our improved scores overall. So I think that needs to continue. I think that ought to be a goal that we set this year. Pushing our students out of their comfort zone was much improved. It's one of our district goals, is to push our kids out of their comfort zone and make them learn more than they ever thought that was possible for them to learn. The implementation of the BYOD, Bring Your Own Device, continues to grow and will grow as we upgrade our technology by continuing to add the Chromebooks in the classrooms. As students and parents become more comfortable with the tablets, with the smartphones, and they're sending their students to school with those devices, and we continue to become better at letting our students use those in an appropriate setting in a classroom. And also to continue to increase the benefits that we have to our staff as far as health care and dental and vision, the AmeriDoc, adding the local days that were not here 3 years ago. Those are the kind of things that we want to continue to add to our staff to make them feel wanted, make them feel cared for, and make them want to stay within the Bryson Independent School District. So with that in mind, I'm going to leave you with this right here. I hope each of you have a great year. If there's anything that I can do for you, do not hesitate to call me. Do not hesitate to contact me. I will be visible on all the campuses. You will have the opportunity to visit with me, to see me weekly, if not daily. Some of you may get tired of seeing me. And I know it's all going to be in a positive sense, so I hope each of you have a great year. Appreciate you being back. Hope everybody has a great day. Thank you.